Hey, welcome back, and let's continue our series on solving the every lead code problem. And most probably, uh, for the newer audience, let me tell you a brief about this channel. On this channel, like I make some uh, content on solving the problem, but I keep it unedited so that it can be of some value to the viewers if they wanted to see how the approach is. And I do it intentionally so that I have enough time for my actual work, and it's just sort of a diary kind of channel where I want to show the process rather than the results. Of course, results are there at the end of the day, but it's more of a process oriented channel. Okay, now let's continue. The last time we solved this problem, I think it was a binary search, and let's continue after this. Let's see which question we can solve. uh, Design has set. Let's do this. Design has set. Okay, let's do this today. Have I done this question before? Why there is a comments? Oh, designer has set without any built-in has table libraries. Okay, your has set object would be initiated and call as this asset means like dictionary implementation, right? Okay, contains this and this. I need to add. Okay, without any hash table libraries, implement my hash set. Void add key, insert the key value the hash, contain this, blah blah blah. Okay, add means okay. Hash set means values also, no? One a single added 1 2. Is it a set or a value itself? I think it's a set, not a dictionary. Add, contain. None of this is a dictionary kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's more of a set question. In mathematics, you might have heard that. And the reason why I immediately thought of a dictionary, because I think my brain correlated this with the hash map, which we always make, but it's more of a set. Okay, so the properties of set is, I think, properties of set is one, of course, we know, everyone knows, that is everything is unique. Any other thing that I can think of? Okay, no duplicates. Okay, anyway, it's the same thing. Okay, whenever I initialize a set, that should be a text list shown here as a list. Let's make I need to make self dot set is equal to an empty list. Okay, now if I am asked to give something, then I need to check if if I'm asked to add it. Add means append it, but the property needs to be verified, no, that it's there cannot be duplicates in it. Okay. Mm, okay. If I do something like if key in self.s um, continue is something which does not mean if key not in this, then self dot s dot append. Okay, and then the remove, if I need to remove it, wherever it is, it should be at okay, key there is a function I know which is there is a function which can tell me what's the index of an element is. For example, let's say L dot index of something like this. I'm not too sure. Let's say to index of. I don't think so. Was there anything but okay. If I need to remove something, I need to know the index because it can be at any place, or I can make a loop and then just iterate through it. Okay. For each in self dot s, if each is equal to key self dot self dot key. Okay, I need to know the index as well. Okay, let me know do the by the index itself, and then for each one it becomes range length of ss. If each instead of each self dot s I is equal to key, and if self of I is equal to the key, what I need to do, I need to delete it properly. No, to delete it, I can say self s I. That's but can we delete an element? I'm not sure. And then I need to return immediately. Return. Okay. Found is equal to false. For I in range this. For I in range this. If self dot is equal to, okay, that's exactly the same. Equal to this. Return true. Or I can say here return false if the program just do this one. Let's see. I am not sure what. Okay, one thing for sure, which is this is not the correct way, because like there was a written like built-in hash table or libraries. I'm not doing that, but still it's questionable. What does it mean by this? But I'm not completely getting it. And So probably by this line they might mean like don't use a list as well, but I'm not sure of the language. And the second part is, I don't think this is an optimal approach, to be very honest, but the result is coming out to be correct. And I am also not sure of this line. Let me check this line. This line I can check. No? Let's see if I do delete, then L dot, sorry, L index at 1. What I'm doing, L this and then print L. What happens? Does it deletes? Yeah, it deletes. So this works. So yeah, so this code will work. Conceptually it's doing it, but there are so many test cases which I think it can fail, probably due to the nature of it's a set. I'm not sure, like, to be very honest, what the approach can be, but let's I gave it a try. I don't think it's an optimal result. Let's see how we can get it solved. Let's open. Functional but not optimal in terms of time complexity. Here is a breakdown of what's code and what could happen better. Add, remove are all order of n. Operations like self as is a list. Each mention may require iterating over the list. For a HashSet, expected operations would ideally be 1. Remove. You are modifying the delete while iterating by the index, although you may return immediately after. It's better to avoid index-based deletion inside a loop unless necessary. A recommended improvement. What? Okay, without using built-in set. What's this? Let's give the okay, but they are using a dictionary, no? Isn't it the same thing? Self.size equal to this. Self.table is equal to false multiplied by size of this. If some key comes, the table that key is marked as true. If some key comes, the key is marked as false. But it seems like a gimmicky question to me. Like, I don't know. What's the intent behind this question? Designer has set without using any built-in table libraries. Questionable. And then it gives me approach to start with an unrealistic size, fill that it, but is it? space complexity acceptable for, and want to make it without as in chain. Again, this is the same thing, but isn't the space complexity is way beyond even my non-optimal solution. Space efficient, use only as needed, acceptable. Preferred for speed, fast and scalable. Look, it's a large array, waste memory. Yeah. So all in all, like the optimal solution which I'm getting is asking for more space to be reserved, and then each element is a true or false, and then whenever a new key comes into the picture, that key is marked as true, that element is there. But it feels like not good. Was there anything written that calls can be made? This is a question which I did not like, and what should I do? Should I make an effort to write it down? Probably the approach. Let's do the approach, and so that at least I'm maintaining some good thing. Improve using the build set is not necessary at all. Simple and fast. So start with the size, make a list of that thing, mark them as true, return as them. Nonsense question. So what they're saying, whenever something we are initialize with some number 10. Oh, wait a second. 10 to 6. Okay, 10 to 6 is written like this. 10 to 6 plus 1. This is how things are written. Anytime a key comes, do one thing, self dot s. Okay, and wait a second. Yeah, self dot s, and then particularly mark that key as true. Okay, sorry, this was false. The setting the key. If something is asked to be removed, self dot s dot key is equal to false. Okay, if something has to check, then what we need to do, we need to check return self dot s key. That's all. I don't think how it makes things go to bad. Hey, what's wrong here? This multiplied by this plus 1, and I don't think that's wrong. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that's the whole solution. Okay, just in case you're not getting it, so it's like saying regardless of what the person is asking to add, or like let's say they add, the size of the data set would be enormous always. For example, you might think you have added only one element to this data set. It's like this HashSet, but in reality the size would be this. Okay, Yeah, that's so things are like gimmicky, and I don't think so. The Python implementation of Swift would be like this, but anyhow, let's say let's submit it and let's move this to the let's move it to the solution. I think should I make another should I do another question, because I think this is not a question which will make things good. Okay, let me do one thing. I will make another one, probably another video, probably, so that the subject is different. Okay, thank you.